EC and Law Minister spell out government's role during polls. Awami League want all in the polls. BNP still has time, says Khobor. Those were the headlines. This is ATN News. Good evening, viewers. I'm Salim Kadir with English Bulletin today. Schedule of the 12th parliamentary polls has already been announced, so permission of the Election Commission will be needed now in case of transfer or new appointment in the administration. Election Commission Secretary Jahangir Alam made the remark at a press briefing at the Election Commission Secretariat on Thursday. He said no campaigning will be allowed before allocation of symbol during on December 18th. He said no one has been seen doing festivity or bringing out procession after announcement of the polls schedule. The government will not get engaged in any policy-making matters except for emergency necessity. Law Minister Anisul Haq made the remark while talking to the journalists at the Secretariat on Thursday. He also said there is no such thing named election time government in the Constitution. The Law Minister said the government will not do anything that will hinder level playing field. When asked what would the Election Commission do if the government or any of its officials does not carry out its order, the Law Minister said, in that case, EC can seek President's intervention. He said there will be no passage of law as there is no parliament now. However, there is a scope to issue ordinance. The size of the government will depend on the Prime Minister, he added. There is no provision called election time government in the present constitution. According to the norms, after the announcement of the polls schedule, the outgoing government just carry out its routine works rather than any policy-making decision. In 2014, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina brought changes in the cabinet on November 18th before the announcement of the polls schedule. Several ministers and state ministers, including the technocrat minister, had to resign. 8 leaders of Awami League, Jatiya Party and Workers' Party were inducted in the polls time government. 4 technocrat ministers had to resign before the polls scheduled in 2018. The other cabinet members only carried out their routine task. This time, it is not yet sure whether the size of the cabinet will go up or down. Experts said it is completely the jurisdiction of the Prime Minister. Awami League wants to have the polls with the participation of all. BNP still has the chance to join. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir made the remark at a press conference at Dhaka district office of the party in capital Tejgaon on Thursday. He thanked Election Commission for announcing polls schedule. The Awami League leader said they will render all kinds of support to the Commission for holding free, fair and neutral polls. Criticizing BNP, Obaidul Qadir said BNP had made the electoral system controversial in different times. On the contrary, present government has brought the election under a legal frame. Awami League President Sheikh Hasina will inaugurate selling of nomination form of the party on Friday. The party will start selling of nomination form at the central office in Bangabandhu Avenue in full swing from Saturday. BNP has called 48-hour hartal from 6 a.m. Sunday up to 6 a.m. Tuesday, protesting announcement of the schedule of the 12th parliamentary polls. Senior Joint Secretary General of the party, Ruhul Kabir Rizvi, made the announcement from a virtual press conference on Thursday afternoon. He said BNP will observe hartal, protesting announcement of the polls schedule, demanding polls under non-partition neutral government and protesting arrest of the leaders and activists. Jatiya Party is ready to contest the upcoming parliamentary polls, although its chairman has not said anything clearly about it. Opposition leader Roshan Ershad's political secretary Ghulam Moshi made the disclosure on Thursday. Talking to the reporters at opposition leader's Goshen office, he said the party will submit nomination in all 300 seats. People have lost confidence on the Election Commission. Trinamool BNP expects Election Commission will work to bring back the confidence through 12 parliamentary polls. Chairman of the party, Shamsir Mubin Chaudhary, made the observation on behalf of his party from a press conference at a hotel in the capital on Thursday. He said the party will give candidates in all 300 seats. He called upon all political parties, including BNP, to contest the polls. Trinamool BNP will start selling of nomination paper from November 18th. The interview of the nomination seekers will take place on November 21, 22 and 23 respectively. When asked whether anyone from BNP will join Trinamool BNP, Shamsir Mubin Chaudhary said everything will be learnt in due course of time. Dhaka Metropolitan Police have chalked out new plans centering polls. Additional Commissioner Khandakar Mohiduddin made the disclosure at a press conference at DMP Media Center on Thursday. He said 10 people have so far been arrested in connection with the incident of setting ablaze buses of Dhaka University and Manarat International University. Different types of explosives were recovered from the arrestees. The additional police commissioner admitted that subversive acts during siege and Hartal could not be contained 100%. He said more than 100 buses have been set ablaze in the capital after October 28th. Khandakar Mohiuddin Ahmed said law enforcement is on high alert on the occasion of upcoming polls. We now follow up with a short break and we will be back soon with dependency on LNG import to deepen dollar crisis, says CPD. Biden backs all Shifa hospital raid. Welcome back. You're watching ATN News. This is Salim Kadir with English Bulletin. Dependency on LNG import in power and energy sector will deepen the dollar crisis. Non-government research organization Center for Policy Dialogue (CPD) made the observation at a research report unveiled in the capital on Thursday. The report said subsidy and loss in the power and energy sector are increasing day by day. Additional charges are being taken from the people to overcome that loss, which is creating a restless situation in the sector. CPD advised to leave the price of fuel on the market situation, withdrawing subsidy. US President Joe Biden once again called Chinese President Xi Jinping a dictator after carefully planned bilateral summit talks. Two leaders of the world's superpowers held straightforward summit talks after months of preparation at San Francisco's Bay's Arena on Wednesday. After 4 hours of talks with Xi, Biden held a solo news conference. There he said Xi is a dictator in the sense that he is running a communist country, China based on a form of government totally different than that of US. they did not agree on everything there. However, US and China agreed to resume high-level military contacts. Biden described the summit talks constructive and productive. He raised US concern over China's human rights violations in Xinjiang, Tibet and Hong Kong, and the release of detained US citizens in China. Biden reiterated US policy on Taiwan and Ukraine. Middle East issue was also discussed. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. EC and law ministers spell out government's role during polls. Awami League want all in the polls. BNP still has time, says Khobor. Dependency on LNG import to deepen dollar crisis, says CPD. Biden backs Al-Shifa hospital raid. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us. Until then, see you soon.